CIET NCERT presents audiobook Kaveri, Textbook of English for Grade 9.
Page 169, Chapter 6, Twin Melodies. A picture is given on the right-hand side, top of the page, of two children playing musical instruments together. The child on the left is playing a flute, holding it to his mouth and blowing into it. The child on the right is playing tabla, drums, with his hands. Musical notes around them are also given, which convey that music is being created and enjoyed. They both look happy and engaged, suggesting they are enjoying the activity. This chapter has a QR code on the right side of this page, scanning which you will be able to access additional resources. Reflect and respond. 1. Given here are some stringed musical instruments. Work in pairs and identify them by first letter of the spelling of their names. A box is given here with 4 pictures of musical instruments. All the instruments start with the word S and the rest has to be filled by you. The first picture is of santoor, the second is of sarangi, third is of sitar, and the fourth picture is of surbahar. The second picture in a box is also given, which has 4 more stringed instruments. The first picture is of mandolin, the second is of violin, third is of guitar, fourth is of banjo. The letter M, V, G, B is given under them, and the rest has to be filled by you. Exercise 2. Do you play a musical instrument? If given a choice, which one would you choose and why? 3. Is there any difference in the choice of music between children and elders? If yes, why? If no, why not? 4. Work in pairs to complete the paragraph given on the next page by choosing the correct phrases given in the box. Discuss with your teacher whether the following phrases have a literal meaning or a figurative one. Page 170. A box is given on the top which has the words wearing a lot of distress, bite the bullet, found words, lost in his thoughts, bring it up, throw a party, winding up, sweating on, come around. The theatre club was 1. Blank space, their practice. Anil saw Sunny was 2. Blank space and not speaking to anyone. They had a disagreement in the morning and since then, Sunny was 3. Blank space. Anil did not want to 4. Blank space and disturb Sunny further, but he finally decided to 5. Blank space and speak to Sunny. He was sure if he apologized, first, his friend would 6. Blank space. With a lot of anxiety, he 7. Blank space to apologize. And finally, Sunny smiled. Everyone clapped and asked them to 8. Blank space to celebrate. Reading for meaning. Characters. Shruti Sharma, a young aspiring violinist. Guru Nabeen Sharma, Shruti's father, a violinist and the principal of Sangeetika Music School. Leela Devi, Shruti's mother. Avinash, tabla player of the fusion group. Iqbal, flutist of the fusion group. Peter, keyboard player of the fusion group. Act 1. The scene opens to the notes of a beautiful Indo-Western fusion music piece in its crescendo. The word crescendo is given on the left-hand side with its meaning, which means a piece of music that gets louder and louder. There are 4 children on stage playing in a room that has a small rack and a wooden table stacked with books. Page 171. On the wall are posters of famous Indian flute players, Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasya and Shashank Subramaniam. The room belongs to Iqbal, who is playing the flute. On the tabla is Avinash, Peter on the keyboard, and Shruti on the violin. Soon they wind up their performance and are packing up their musical instruments. Shruti wears a look of distress on her face. A picture is also given here on the top describing the same. Peter, that was a good rehearsal. Well done, guys. Let's meet again tomorrow. Iqbal, picking up a newspaper from his desk. Wait, before anyone goes. Did any of you guys read what they wrote about Shruti's performance with her father yesterday in the Parbatpuri Daily Clarion? Aham. Melody runs in the veins of Miss Shruti Sharma, daughter of the master violinist Nabeen Sharma! Exclamation mark. Page 172. Avinash. Oh, wow, Shruti, you are a sensation now. The least you can do is throw a party. Peter. Shruti Sharma for the win, sweating on the violin. In brackets, Shruti remains unaffected, lost in her thoughts. The boys surround her, trying to distract her. Peter. Shruti. Iqbal, in brackets, a little loudly. Shruti. Avinash, in brackets, very loudly. Shruti! In brackets, Shruti startled. There's silence for a few seconds while Shruti finds the words. Avinash. Oh God, don't tell me you still haven't told Nabeen sir about the concert. Page 173. Peter. Does that mean you have still not told your parents about these practices? Just tell them you come for the practice from 4 to 5. Iqbal. Yes, Shruti. Just tell them you practice with us. Tell them about the concert. There is no need to worry. Shruti. There is need to worry, Iqbal. You don't know Papa. He's very strict about these things. He will think it a desecration of the violin to be played to Western tunes. Papa firmly believes that classical Hindustani music with its ragas and alaps is the only kind of music that an artist of any worth should play. I don't want Papa to feel that I don't care about his opinions, because I do. It's just that I want to give this a try too. I just don't know how to tell him in the right way. There are two words given on the right-hand side with their meanings. Desecration, which means disrespect towards something sacred. The other word is ragas and alaps, which means elements of Hindustani classical music. Iqbal. Always are right ways, Shruti. He's your father. He will understand. Avinash. I agree. You're making matters worse for yourself by not talking to him. What's the worst that can happen? He will scold you a little, maybe, but he will eventually come round. Iqbal. Yes, Shruti. And what is a little bit of scolding? I basically have a little bit of scolding for breakfast every day. In brackets, all laugh. Shruti. You're right, guys. I guess it is time to bite the bullet. The word to bite the bullet is given on the right-hand side with its meaning: to deal with an unpleasant or difficult situation in a courageous and determined way. Page 174. Thanks for encouraging me again. Tonight at dinner, I promise to bring this up. Peter, that's the spirit. Check your understanding. 1. Complete the table given here based on Act 1 of the play. Check your answers with the teachers. A table is given here with 2 columns. It has 2 sections. The first section in column 1 says setting. In column 2, it says 3 things. 1. Where? Iqbal's room. 2. Description of the room. A small rack. Blank space. 3. On the wall. Blank space. In the second section, children and the instruments they play is written in column 1. In column 2, there are 4 points written. In the first point, Iqbal, flute is written. Second, third and fourth has been left for you to fill. The second part of the table is subheaded with 3 subheadings. Column 1 is subheaded by speaker. Column 2 is subheaded as words of the speaker. Column 3 is subheaded as reason. Column 1 under speaker in section 1, 2, 3 is left blank for you to fill. Under words of the speaker in section 1 it is written, "Oh, wow Shruti, you are a sensation now. The least you can do is throw a party." In the second, "There is need to worry, Iqbal. You don't know Papa." In the third, it is written, "That's the spirit." Under column 3, reason, section 1, 2, and 3 has been left blank for you to fill. 2. Do you think Shruti will gather the courage to speak to her father? Give a reason. 3. What might be Shruti's father's reaction? Why? Page 175, Act 2. Shruti's parents are cleaning the table after dinner, going to and fro from the kitchen to the dining room. Shruti is still stuck on the last bite and is seemingly lost in thoughts. Nabeen. Shruti, staring at the dosa, is not going to make it disappear. I'm afraid you will have to eat it. Leela. Shruti, why are you lost in thought, my dear child? If you're trying to find the right words to tell your dad that I make much better dosa than him, I suggest you abandon the mission. He doesn't have the strength to face the truth. Shruti. Yes, actually, I, was finding the right words to say something to you, Papa. But please promise to not get too angry with me. There is a picture given here at the bottom of the page, which has the father, Nabeen and Shruti at the dining table. Shruti is looking very disturbed and is trying to finish her food. And Nabeen, the father, is looking at her. At the backgrounder, there is a bookshelf and a clock. Page 176. Nabeen, in brackets, suddenly serious, sits down opposite to Shruti in an upright, formal manner. No promises, child, but speak up. Shruti. Papa, actually, there is a concert next week. Nabeen, in brackets, calmly but firmly. No is the answer. You know my rule. 1 performance in every 6 months. More than that, familiarity breeds contempt. Work on your art and everything will follow. And which concert is this anyway, of which I haven't heard? On the left-hand side of the page, the word contempt's meaning has been given. Contempt means a strong feeling of dislike and disrespect. Shruti. It is a group performance, Papa, next week. Nabeen. And this is what you have judged best for yourself? To drown your individual style in the hubbub of an orchestra is hardly a wise choice, Shruti. Besides, what exactly is this concert? I don't know of any scheduled next week. The word hubbub is given on the left-hand side, which means a loud noise. Shruti, in brackets, timidly. Papa, it's an Indo-Western fusion concert. In brackets, silence. Nabeen, in brackets, getting up. I never thought any of my students, let alone my own child, would lose their sense of musicality to such an extent. Since my views on fusion music have been iterated in this house on several occasions, I think there remains nothing for me to say now. Shruti. Please, Papa, I request you to consider. Just attend the practice only once and then you can decide. Page 177. Nabeen, in brackets with a slight mocking tone. Sure, there'll be a practice for foo music when making noise starts needing practice. In brackets, Nabeen gets up with a start and leaves. Shruti looks at her mom. Leela. Shruti, why did you have to get yourself into this without your father's knowledge in the first place? Shruti. I know, I should have asked him. If he doesn't let me participate, our group won't be able to perform. All our practice will go down the drain. Leela. Oh, of course, practice. Or should I call it practice classes? Shruti. Sorry, Mummy. Won't hide from you again. I promise. Leela. You better not. now you should go to sleep. Hurry up now. It's too late already. Check your understanding. 1. Complete the summary of Act 2 by choosing the correct words from the box given here. There are 2 extra words that you do not need. Check your answers with the teachers. A box is given here with the words disapproval, setback, courage, plea, surprised, firm, absent-minded, scolded, clash, relief. Page 178. Shruti seemed 1. Blank space. During dinner, she finally gathered the 2. Blank space to inform her father. Nabeen about a wish to participate in an upcoming Indo-Western fusion concert. Nabeen reacted negatively, expressing 3. Blank space of fusion music and dismissed the idea. Despite Shruti's 4. Blank space to him to attend a practice before deciding, Nabeen was 5. Blank space in his decisions. Shruti's mother, Leela, 6. Blank space, her for not seeking permission earlier. The tension highlights the 7. Blank space between traditional and contemporary musical preferences within the family. Despite the 8. Blank space, Shruti promises not to hide again and is urged to go to bed by her mother. 2. Will Shruti's father go for the rehearsal? Support your answer with a reason. 3. Do you think Shruti and her parents would understand one another? If yes, why? If no, why not? Act 3. At Iqbal's house, Avinash and Peter are there too. Shruti entering. Iqbal. Look, Shruti's here too. Did you tell your parents finally? Peter. Tell us later. Let's start practice first. Avinash. Yes. We would better start right away. I have to leave early today. Shruti. In brackets, aside. Oh, how much I enjoy performing this piece. Perhaps I can practice one last time and soon after that I will tell them that I can't join them for the performance. In brackets. They begin practice. In the middle of the performance, Shruti's parents enter the room and stand in a corner. Slowly, her parents become engrossed and Shruti's father taps his feet and is seen evidently enjoying. As soon as the performance comes to an end, her parents move towards the center of the stage in the room as they clap. Nabeen claps furiously. He wears an expression of pride on his face. Shruti is startled at once with the clapping. Page 179. A picture is given on the top of this page, which has all the participants with their musical instruments and Shruti's parents also standing there and clapping. They are in a good mood and are feeling very proud. Nabeen. Wah, how soulful. You all have done a wonderful job. You too, Shruti. You did not lose sight of the notes of the raga even once and performed it to excellence. Leela. Oh yes, children, you all were amazing. If this is the result, then we can say you have run your practice sessions very successfully. In brackets, children giggle. Nabeen. Yes, Leela. In fact, I was planning to offer the children the music room. In brackets, to the children. You'll have more equipment there and will be able to practice regularly. Avinash. Thank you so much. Means a lot to us. Page 180. Shruti. Guys, if you don't mind, why don't you start the practice in a while? Just need to have a word. In bracket, pointing towards the parents. Peter. Of course, no issues. In brackets, Shruti and her parents move to one side of the stage in the room and the other children move to another. They practice in mime. That is, only their actions are seen without sound. Shruti. Thank you for coming, Papa and Mama. And Papa, I want to tell you that I will always take my art seriously no matter what I do. And I'm glad that you support my decision to play in a fusion group. Nabeen. In brackets, warmly placing his hand on her shoulder. There is no need to thank me, child. I must admit it was Leela who opened my eyes. I had forgotten my own past. It is your mother you should thank. Leela. Your own father, Shruti, had to go against his family's wishes to play the violin. His was a family of vocalists. Your grandfather, his father, and your uncles were all vocalists belonging to a highly traditional school. They painstakingly nurtured the flame of musical heritage and kept it alive through thick and thin. On the left-hand side of the page, the meaning for the word painstakingly is given. It means done with great care and effort. Nabeen's desire to take up a Western instrument rather than cultivating his voice was painful to his father. You see, at that time, the violin had not yet been incorporated into classical Indian music. Your grandfather saw this choice as a kind of betrayal of family values and tradition, but your father worked his fingers to the bone and see where the violin got him. On the right-hand side of the page, the meaning for the word worked his fingers to the bone is given, which means work very hard. Page 181. Nabeen. I underestimated the power of our own music. I was afraid you would be lost to us. I realized that my fears were baseless. After all, each bay its own wind. I trust you, Shruti, and I will root for your group at the concert. The meaning for the word root is given on the right-hand side, which means show support. In brackets, Shruti hugs both of her parents. Curtain down. By Mitra Fukan. Check your understanding. 1. Work in pairs. Identify the true statements. Check the answers with your teacher. A table is given with 3 columns. The first column has the numbering, the second column has the statements, and the third column has been left blank for you to fill. 1. During the rehearsal, Shruti's parents enter the room and are overjoyed at her performance. 2. Shruti initially considers telling her friends that she can't join them for the performance after practicing one last time. 3. Shruti's father expressed that she had sung a few notes incorrectly during her performance. 4. Shruti's father had followed the family's tradition of being a violinist and worked very hard to achieve all that he did. 5. Shruti's mother helped her husband realize why he should support their daughter. 6. Shruti's father accepts that he underrated the potential of classical music. Page 182. Critical reflection. 1. Read the extracts given here and answer the questions that follow. 1. Shruti. There is need to worry, Iqbal. You don't know Papa. He's very strict about these things. He will think it a desecration of the violin to be played to Western tunes. Papa firmly believes that classical Hindustani music, with its ragas and alaps, is the only kind of music that an artist of any worth should play. I don't want Papa to feel that I don't care about his opinions, because I do. It's just that I want to give this a try too. I just don't know how to tell him in the right way. Iqbal, always a right ways, Shruti. He's your father. He will understand. 1. Select the option that correctly identifies Shruti's situation. A. Confident. B. Indifferent. C. Content. D. In a dilemma. 2. What does Shruti mean by the right way in the sentence? I just don't know how to tell him in the right way. 3. Complete the following with a suitable reason. We can say that the extract reflects the generational gap in understanding art and tradition because blank space. Page 183. 4. Explain how Iqbal's words were meant as an assurance to Shruti. 5. Fill in the blank with a phrase from the extract. The critics argued that only films which provoke thoughtful discussion are blank space. 2. Nabeen, I underestimated the power of our own music. I was afraid you would be lost to us. I realized that my fears were baseless. After all, each bay its own wind. I trust you, Shruti, and I will root for your group at the concert. In brackets, Shruti hugs both of her parents. 1. Select the suitable option to complete the sentence. Nabeen's breakthrough in his understanding of artistic freedom highlights a bridge between blank space. Options: A. Personal ambition and professional success. B. Traditional values and modern expressions. C. Strict discipline and casual learning. D. Historical techniques and futuristic innovations. 2. Fill in the blanks with a suitable phrase. The extract uses the word lost, both in the sense of losing, blank space, and physical separation. 3. In the line, Shruti hugs her parents, which word from those given here does not show what it conveys? In the box, the words given are reconciliation, acceptance, harmony, understanding, duty. 4. What can be inferred about Shruti's future in music following her father's expression of trust and support? 5. Identify the phrase that refers to the uniqueness of each artist's journey and style. Page 184. Exercise 2. Answer the following questions. 1. Justify the title Twin Melodies. How does the play explore the theme of tradition and modernity? 2. What are the different perspectives of Peter, Iqbal, and Avinash regarding confronting figures of authority? How do their attitudes towards Shruti's dilemma with the father provide insight into their own characters and values? 3. Analyze the character of Nabeen Sharma. How does his attitude towards music evolve throughout the play? 4. How does the play use Shruti's internal conflict to explore the theme of duty towards family versus personal passion? 5. Evaluate the effectiveness of the play's conclusion. Does it realistically address the conflicts presented? 6. Assess how well the role of cultural diversity contributes to the storyline of the play. Vocabulary and structures in context. 1. Read the highlighted word given in the brackets. Shruti, in brackets, and highlighted, aside. Oh, how much I enjoy performing this piece. Perhaps I can practice one last time, and soon after that I will tell them that I can't join them for the performance. 1. What is aside used for? Options are 1. Enables characters to talk about the story. 2. Shows what a character thinks or feels. 3. Makes a direct link between the audience and the character. 4. 1, 2, and 3. Given here is a box which has aside is a theatrical technique or dramatic device where a character directly addresses the audience. Typically, it is understood that the other characters on stage are unaware of this speech. The character may explicitly speak to the audience, whether in character or out, or convey an unspoken thought. Page 185. 2. Read the following words from the text. Aham, aham, I, Now select the correct answer for the question given here. Why are they used? 1. To fill gaps while speaking. 2. To increase clarity. 3. To provide confidence. A box is given here which says non-lexical fillers are words or sounds used in speech, like ha, to fill pauses while a speaker gathers their thoughts or transitions between ideas. Now, choose suitable non-lexical fillers given in the box to describe the emoticons 1 to 4. There is an extra word you do not need. In the box, the words given here are few, ag, hum, aham, aham. Given here are 4 emoticons which have to be filled with a non-lexical filler. Also, there are 4 boxes given under them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. First emoticon is of an excited and surprised face. The second emoticon is of a coughing/clearing throat face. The third emoticon is of a relieved or wiping sweat face. The fourth emoticon is of a thinking face. Exercise 3. Read the following words from the text and their meanings. 1. Notes. A single sound at a certain pitch, usually shown as a symbol on music sheet. 2. Crescendo. A gradual increase in the volume or intensity of sound. Now, on the next page, match the meaning of other music-related words in column 1 with their meanings in column 2. Page 186. A table is given here with two columns, column 1 and column 2. Column 1 says 1. Rhythm, 2. Tempo, 3. Bass, in brackets P dot bass, 4. Baritone, 5. Cacophony, 6. Pitch, 7. Scale. Column 2 says 1. The lowest tone or part in music. 2. A mixture of loud, unpleasant sounds. 3. The pattern of beats or time intervals in music. 4. The speed or pace at which a piece of music is played. 5. A male voice that falls between the higher and lower ranges. 6. A series of musical notes moving upwards or downwards. 7. The perceived frequency of a sound, how high or low a sound is. 4. Write the meanings of the underlined phrases based on your understanding of the usage in sentences. A table is given here with two columns. The first column has phrases. The second column is subheaded meanings, which has been left blank for you to fill. Under phrases, the first phrase is, my mother told me, when you follow trends without thinking, you drown your individual style. Drown your individual style is underlined. 2. The pianist was appreciated for his sense of musicality. Sense of musicality is underlined. 3. When one of the performers in the group was injured, they felt their practice would go down the drain. Would go down the drain is underlined. Page 187. Read the dialogues given here. 1. Oh, how much I enjoy performing this piece. 2. Wow, how soulful. You all have done a wonderful job. Sentences 1 and 2 are blank space sentences in brackets declarative / interrogative / exclamatory / imperative. Now, convert the exclamatory sentences given here to declarative sentences. A box is given here which says, use exclaimed or exclaimed with in brackets feeling instead of reporting verb said. Also given here in box is remove interjections, exclamatory mark, and quotations. Exercise 6. Write the sentences given here in reported speech. One example has been done for you. 1. Wow, Shruti! Exclamation mark. You are a sensation! Exclamation mark. Suggested Avinash. Avinash exclaimed with wonder that Shruti was a great sensation. 2. What an incredible achievement! Exclamation mark. I can't believe we pulled it off! Exclamation mark, said Iqbal. Iqbal exclaimed that it blank space. 3. Bravo! Exclamation mark. Each note was executed perfectly and the performance was flawless! Exclamation mark, said Shruti's mother. Shruti's mother applauded that blank space. 4. Iqbal. I basically have a little bit of scolding for breakfast every day! Exclamation mark. 5. Shruti. Sorry, mummy. Won't hide from you again, I promise! Exclamation mark. 6. Avinash. You are a sensation now! Exclamation mark. The least you can do is throw a party! Exclamation mark. Exercise 7. Report the following dialogue in the indirect form of speech. Asma. Wow, what a unique experience I had at the art studio today. Deepa. Tell me, I'm eager to hear. Asma. I accidentally spilled paint all over my canvas. Deepa: Oh my goodness, what a pity. Asma: No worries, the painting now looks better than my original plan. Deepa: That's incredible. Page 188. Asma exclaimed excitedly that she won blank space. Deepa urged her to tell her as she was eager to hear. Asma said that 2 blank space. Deepa pitied Asma. However, Asma replied to her not to worry as 3 blank space. Deepa exclaimed that 4 blank space. Listen and respond. There are 4 pictures of stringed musical instruments given here. You have to analyze them and decide which one could be the yes. The 4 pictures are in a box. The first picture is of a small harp-like instrument from ancient Greece. It has strings stretched between 2 arms, played by plucking the strings with fingers, used in ancient music and storytelling. The second picture is of a harp, a string instrument with many strings attached to a curved frame, played by plucking strings with both hands and produces a soft, soothing sound. The third picture is of a yaz, an ancient Tamil musical instrument, often shaped like a curved fish or animal. The fourth picture is of a wind string instrument. The picture looks like a long instrument, possibly a wind instrument, like a shehnai or a string instrument with a neck. Exercise 2. Now listen to a musician describing the yaz and check if your answer was correct. In brackets, transcript for teacher on page 270. Exercise 3. Listen to the musician's description of the yaz once again. As you listen, complete the notes given with not more than 3 words. Page 189. The yaz. 1. Type of instrument. The Indian blank space. 1 was used in blank space. 2. Earlier version of blank space. 2. Design. 1. Stem tip, shaped like blank space of mythological animal. 2. Resonator. A. Shape of a blank space. B. Material blank space. 3. Design variety. 1. Peacock, blank space, and bowstring. Speaking activity. 1. Stress and intonation exercises can be a great way to understand the emotional and rhythmic feelings associated with dialogues in a play. 1. Let us pick a few lines from the play and speak them aloud. Focus on how stress and intonation can change their meaning or emotional impact. A table is given here with 3 columns. The subheadings are sentences, stress, intonation. Under sentences is given, I don't want Papa to feel that I don't care about his opinions, because I do. Stress. 1. Don't in the first part and do in the second part. Second, highlights contrast in Shruti's internal conflict and a deep concern for her father's feelings. Under intonation is given, 1. Start with a slightly lower tone conveying concern. Second, rise towards the end, emphasizing her sincerity. The second under sentences is, tonight at dinner, I promise to bring this up. Under stress is, promise and bring this up, and shows Shruti's determination and the importance of the action she plans to take. Under intonation is, start with a decisive tone on promise, slightly increase in pitch and volume on bring this up to indicate resolve. The third sentence is, why are you lost in thought, my dear child? Under stress is, lost in thought. Draws attention to the concern in Leela's question. Under intonation is, tone should be gentle, raise the tone on lost, indicates curiosity. The fourth under sentence is, each bay its own wind. Under stress is, each and own, highlights the uniqueness of each path. One size fits all does not work in every situation or for every person. Under intonation is thoughtful and slightly philosophical tone, a steady pitch that gently rises on its own. 2. Practice speaking aloud a few other sentences from the play on your own. Understanding what is being said and why will help you stress the suitable portions and use the appropriate tone. Page 190. Writing task. 1. Read the beginning of a story given here. Anuradha, a teenager, has been learning tabla at school since her primary years and is an extraordinary tabla player. Her father, a vocalist, is a music teacher in a school. He's never been supportive of her learning the tabla and rather feels she should focus on becoming a vocalist. She's been invited to perform at a prestigious event and decides to participate in it, despite her father's disapproval. However, Anuradha's mother and brother have always rooted for her. Anuradha sat wondering. Page 191. In groups of 4, create a play script based only on the beginning of the story given here. To write the script, you may refer to the play you have just read. A box is given here which has the tips for writing the script for the play. 1. Write a rough draft of the script first. 2. Mention the settings and characters. 3. Use colon after the speaker to introduce words of the speaker. 4. Use brackets to convey to the actor the way to deliver the words. Refer to vocabulary and structures in context 1. 5. Include a side where needed. Refer to vocabulary and structures in context 1. 6. You may use non-lexical fillers such as ahem, ugh to fill pauses. 7. Use ellipses where necessary. Ellipses, in brackets, ... is used to depict a short pause or silence in the script for a dramatic effect. Example: yes, actually, I ... was finding the right words to say something to you ... to you, Papa. Learning beyond the text. 1. Study the words given in brackets in the following dialogues taken from the text. What do you notice? Iqbal, in brackets, a little loudly, Shruti. Avinash, in brackets, very loudly, Shruti. Nabeen, in brackets, calmly but firmly. No is the answer. Iqbal, in brackets, picking up a newspaper from his desk, ... Nabeen, in brackets, getting up, ... Page 192. 1. Why do we not use inverted commas to convey the dialogues? 2. Where do we use colons? 3. What is written within the brackets? What do these convey? 4. How does it help the actors? A box is given here which reads as follows. Brackets, in brackets, parentheses, serve to convey to the actor the manner in which to deliver the words. Much like a reporting verb follows direct speech. In brackets, for example, he shouted. Instead of using a reporting verb, we enclose the manner in brackets, for example, very loudly within brackets. The words within brackets are not uttered aloud. Exercise 2. Did you know that there is an orchestra that made musical instruments from recycling junk or discarded waste items? There is one such orchestra called the Recycled Orchestra of Quetuera, Paraguay, that was formed in 2012, and children are part of it. They play musical instruments made from scrap materials collected from landfills. A picture is given at the bottom of the page, which has 2 children making a musical instrument from waste materials. They're using a cardboard box as the body of the instrument, and strings like wires or rubber bands are stretched across the box to create sound. Tools like pliers, glue, and pieces of scrap are kept nearby, and both children look happy and focused, enjoying the activity. Page 193. Exercise 3. Indigenous musical instruments are crafted from natural materials like bamboo, gourds, animal hides, and shells, reflecting a deep connection to the environment and cultural heritage. These instruments are diverse, ranging from percussion instruments like drums and rattles to wind instruments like flutes, etc. Find out more about such indigenous instruments that are used in your region. Exercise 4. In groups of 5, select objects around yourself to create a rhythm. Present it in the class. Enjoy. Exercise 5. Read the book Rigmarole and Other Plays by Sai Paranjpai and enjoy the humor and wit. Rigmarole and Other Plays, a collection by Sai Paranjpai, includes the play Rigmarole, which follows a silly king, his council of 9 ministers, and a bed bug, leading to humorous events. Other plays in the collection, like The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution, seek to educate children while entertaining them. A picture of the book Rigmarole and Other Plays is also given at the bottom of the page. The picture has the cover of the book titled Rigmarole and Other Plays by Sai Paranjpai. The image on the cover is a stylized face of a king or royal character with a large moustache, decorative crown, hair, and traditional jewelry and facial markings. It looks dramatic and theatrical, suggesting it is related to stage plays. Also, at the side of the page, a picture is given which has a simple musical instrument made from recycled materials. It looks like a small box or container with a long neck attached. The neck has strings or markings like a fretboard, similar to a guitar. It is likely a handmade string instrument created from waste items. Page 194. A friend found in music. On the top right-hand side of the page, a picture is given which has a collection of different musical instruments. Instruments like guitar, sitar, veena, tabla, those are drums, and flutes. Musical notes in the background are also given. The instruments belong to different types: string instruments, percussion instruments, and wind instruments. Reflect and respond. 1. Read the questions given here and share your answers with your classmates and teacher. 1. What kind of music do you prefer to listen to, vocal or instrumental? 2. Name your favorite musician. 3. Give reasons for your choice. Reading for appreciation. Music is the ocean that pulls me to the shore. Music is the rhythm that moves me to the core. Music is the therapy I need when I feel blue. Music lifts my spirits to make sure I pull through. The times when I'm most cheerful, it's clear music was there. Music is the needed friend when no one seems to care. By Brianna T. Perkins. Page 195. Check your understanding. 1. Read the poem again to complete the poet's diary about her feelings on music. Fill in the blanks with words from the poem. Today, I've been thinking about how essential music is to me. It is like an ocean that calls me to its 1 blank space. Music is the 2 blank space that harmonizes with my 3 blank space, moving me in ways I can't explain. When I feel sad or upset about things, music is the 4 blank space that eases the ache. It is amazing how music has the power to lift my 5 blank space and give me strength to pull through difficult times. I know that it is the effect of music whenever I feel 6 blank space, music is the much 7 blank space, dependable friend when there is no one to 8 blank space. Thank you, my dear music, for being my all-time comfort. Exercise 2. Let us appreciate the poem. 1. The phrase moves me in the line that moves me to the core is an example of blank space. 2. The poet uses metaphors for music. List these metaphors and rewrite them as similes. For example, music is as blank space as blank space. 3. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? What impact does it have? 4. What is the poet's purpose in using the word music repetitively? 5. What is the message the poet wishes to convey through the poem? 6. Identify the mood of the poem from the options given here. 1. Nostalgic. 2. Thoughtful. 3. Amused. 4. Playful. 7. Give evidence from the poem to support that the speaker is the poet herself. Page 196. Critical reflection. Exercise 1. Read the extract given here and answer the questions that follow. 1. Music is the therapy I need when I feel blue. Music lifts my spirits to make sure I pull through. 1. Complete the following sentence suitably. The phrase feel blue indicates blank space. 2. Identify the line which shows music makes the poet happy. 3. What does the last line of the extract signify? 4. State whether the following sentence is true or false. Music plays a vital role in the poet's life. 5. Select the central idea of the extract from the following options. A. Music brings comfort during sadness. B. Music is a necessity in times of happiness. C. Music improves our ability to pull heavy loads. D. Music is a source of knowledge and excitement. Exercise 2. Answer the following questions. 1. How is music able to move the poet to the core? 2. Why does the poet compare music to a needed friend? 3. Explain the poet's attitude towards music. 4. Support the opinion that this poem has a universal appeal. 5. Compare your experience of music with the feelings expressed in the poem. Page 197. Vocabulary in context. Exercise 1. Read the following phrases from the poem denoting happiness and sadness. Classify the words given in the box here as positive emotions and negative emotions. The words given in the box are feel blue, lifts my spirits, most cheerful. 1. Positive emotions, in brackets, happiness, blank space. 2. Negative emotions, in bracket, sadness, blank space. Now fill in the blanks by choosing the correct word from those given in the brackets. 1. The familiar tune stimulated a rush of blank space, transporting listeners back to cherished moments from their past. In brackets, nostalgia / elation. 2. The soulful ballad expressed the singer's blank space, leaving the audience moved by the intensity of their emotions. In brackets, despondence / anguish. 3. The pianist played a soulful melody on the stage, creating an ambience of blank space, in brackets, melancholy / despair. 4. The festive symphony filled the air with blank space tones, lifting the spirits of everyone present on the joyous occasion. In brackets, jubilant / euphoric. Exercise 2. Read the highlighted word in the line given here. To make sure I pull through. I pull through is highlighted. The meaning of the word pull is move or remove something. The preposition through means from one end or side to the other. However, when they come together, they convey a completely different meaning. Here, pull through means to succeed in doing something very difficult. A box is given here which says the following. When a verb consists of two parts, the first part is a verb, the second part is a preposition or an adverb. When they come in such combinations, the verbs convey a totally different meaning. Such multi-verbs are called phrasal verbs. Page 198. Now read the following lines from the poem. Music is the rhythm that moves me to the core. The phrase moves me means to make somebody do something. Move also has different meanings. For example, to change position, to make progress, to take action, cause strong feelings. Exercise 3. Choose the correct meaning from the box given here for the underlined phrasal verbs in the following sentences. The sentences are 1. He's planning to move out of his parents' house next month. Move out is underlined. 2. Our new neighbors moved in yesterday. Moved in is underlined. 3. I've been in this job long enough. It's time I moved on. Moved on is underlined. 4. Can you move over a bit so I can sit down? Move over is underlined. 5. The police officer told the crowd to move along. Move along is underlined. 6. The bus moved off as soon as all the passengers were seated. Moved off is underlined. The box is given here which has the meanings of the sentences read. 1. To start doing or discussing something new. 2. To begin living in a new home or place. 3. To start moving, to leave. 4. To go to a new position, especially in order to make room for other people. 5. To leave a place where one has been living. 6. To shift position to make space for someone or something. Exercise 4. Create phrasal verbs from the verb put, get, look, break. Find the meanings of the phrasal verbs you create. Make sentences with the phrasal verbs. Discuss them with your classmates and teacher. Page 199. Listen and respond. Exercise 1. Before you listen, read the questions and guess the responses to the given questions. 1. How are the two speakers connected? Options 1. Parent-child. 2. Teacher-student. 3. Brother-sister. 2. Where is the conversation taking place? Options 1. Music center. 2. Park. 3. School reception area. 3. Which musical instrument is the reason for the problem? Options 1. Sitar. 2. Santoor. 3. Sarod. 4. What is the problem being discussed? 1. Inability to play the musical instrument. 2. Irregularity of the music class. 3. Lack of choice of the musical instrument. 5. What has been the unsuccessful solution? 1. Practicing for longer hours. 2. Singing while playing the instrument. 3. Watching videos about playing the instrument. 6. What is the final decision taken? 1. Change classes. 2. Pick a simpler instrument. 3. Purchase the musical instrument. Exercise 2. Now listen to the conversation between the two people. As you listen, check your answers and rectify them whenever needed. Once done, discuss your responses with your classmates and teacher. In brackets, transcript for teacher on page 270. Page 200. Speaking activity. 1. Work in groups of 4 and choose a role each. Use the cues given here to present a role play in the class. Frame your responses logically in complete sentences. You may frame appropriate questions to ensure continuity in the conversation. The 4 boxes given here, one of a music teacher, the second, student 1, third of student 2, and fourth of a parent. The first box has the music teacher, which says encourages the student to take up music classes. The second box, student 1, confused, feels music class may take away time from studies. Box 3, student 2, music learner, is convinced that music is beneficial and can manage time. Box 4, parent, initially doubtful but later supportive after the discussion. Writing task 1. Your school is organizing a musical evening on 21st June World Music Day. You are presenting a sitar recital at the event. Draft an invitation letter requesting your grandparents to attend the event. A picture of
the veena,
is also given here. Page 201. Follow the guidelines given here to draft the invitation letter. In a box, the instructions are given. The box has as subheading format, colon. Under it, sender's address, date, salutation, colon, dear, ... Subheading, body of the letter. 1. Ask about their well-being. 2. Mention the event and give details, date, time, and venue. 3. Request them to attend, complimentary close, colon, yours affectionately, comma, name of the sender. Subheading, language. 1. Use first person, I, and second person, we and you. Write in a warm and personalized style. Learning beyond the text. 1. Did you know India's rich musical heritage has a lot to offer to our well-being? Rag Chikitsa, one of the ancient texts, elaborates on the healing properties of music. A 17th century work titled Sangeeta Sudha gives an account of the effects of music on emotions. Find out how music is used as an alternative therapy in the present times. 2. Everything in nature has a rhythm or sound vibration, even a heartbeat. Speak to your music teacher and find out about the origin of the 7 swars, in bracket, notes of Indian classical music. 3. You must have read or heard poems and songs about music, both in English and in your own language. Share some of them with your classmates and create a collection of these poems and songs together. Page 202. Read and enjoy the poem given here. Music. When music sounds, gone is the earth I know, and all her lovely things even lovelier grow. Her flowers in vision flame, her forest trees lift burdened branches, stilled with ecstasies. When music sounds, out of the water rise nights whose beauty dims my waking eyes. Wrapped in strange dreams, burns each enchanted face, with solemn echoing stirs their dwelling place. When music sounds, all of that I was I am. To this haunt of brooding dust I came, and from time's woods break into distant song, the swift-winged hours as I hasten along. By Walter de la Mare. A note is given here which has the word meaning of Nide, which means a water nymph said to inhabit a river, spring, or waterfall. Chapter 6 ends here.
Kaveri. You were just listening to this audiobook, Textbook of English for Grade 9. Narration, Dr. Lipakshi Khurana. Sound recordist, Muhammad Faizan Khan. Assistance in production, Mukul Singh. Directed and produced by Vimlesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.